Hello, I'm here with Adam, who actually contacted the page himself with his story to tell about the lockdown. Just want to introduce yourself, Adam, and tell us what you do.
Hi, I'm Adam. I've lived in Suffolk my whole life. I'm a carer. I usually work in the private sector, looking after people in their own homes, making sure they're okay. Since the lockdown, been working in care homes as well, helping out fill the gaps in the rotas, and again, making sure all the, you know, at-risk ones are taken care of.
Yeah. Has work increased a lot since this, or is it more or less the same but just different?
Yeah, yeah. Initially, it was a lot of places crying out for carers. As I say, I normally work self-employed, looking after people in their own homes. But I was contacted by a couple of care homes, absolutely desperate because their staff had locked themselves down, put themselves in self-quarantine, and there were no carers about. No one was doing the job originally. But yeah, it was very, very hectic in the beginning.
It's more become the norm for you now. I mean, it's been 2 months, hasn't it? At least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I've been working in the care homes about a month now, and originally it was really crazy because everyone was, quarantined in their rooms, no one intermingling. So you were trying to stop the residents, as harsh as it felt, you were trying to stop them from intermingling as well, which when you're working with dementia patients as well, it's a little difficult.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If it's dementia, I mean, do a lot of them really understand what's going on, or is it a bit of both?
Most of them have a sort of mild grasp on it. Obviously, you've got sort of varying degrees of it, and yeah, some of them have had a bit of a hard time grasping why they have to be locked in, why they can't go out in the garden, and it's kind of sad to see, really. You can sit down and explain it to them, but some of them it does sort of, yeah, it does still linger that they're confused as to why it's going on, and yeah, it's,
Has it made you appreciate your job more during this time?
yes, yes, definitely. I used to think I was just doing a job, it's just like, yeah, it's looking after people, but it's a way to make the money at the end of the day, keep the wolves from the door, pay the bills. But I've really sort of appreciated it a lot more so working in the home than the private side. You don't really see the effects of it as much on the private side because you're dealing with people in their own home. They're already comfortable there. They just can't go out anywhere. So you notice it a lot more in the homes, I think, anyway.
Yes. There's been a lot in the media about healthcare, and that in a way that's enlightened what you guys do. Have you seen much evidence of this with the actual public yourself? Do you feel more appreciated?
Yeah, a little bit. It was quite a lot of my shifts. I'm sort of out before I see the people clapping and everything, but I did experience it I think it was last week for the first time, seeing people out clapping and everything, and it was sort of kind of heartwarming. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm doing it. I'm doing an important job.
yeah, that's going to be there's posters in the windows, and yeah, all around. I'm sort of Norwich Road where there's pictures everywhere. Um, so that's good. I mean, this page is Faces of Suffolk. I mean, I've known you quite a while now, so you've always lived in Suffolk.
A good 20 years. So.
Yeah, so I've actually seen you for a few years anyway. What do you think of Suffolk in general as a place?
Absolutely beautiful place. It's got their, trouble elements. Everywhere has crime and things and stuff like that. But on the whole, Suffolk's a lovely place. We've got beautiful places to see, loads of wildlife if you're into that. You can't drive more than 5 minutes without having some form of wildlife run at you. But no, it's a beautiful place. I grew up here, lived here all my life. I've lived in various places from Framlingham to Earlsham, Ipswich for a while, Framlingham, Saxmundham, Leiston, out here near Wickham Market, all over the place. And yeah, there's beautiful places no matter where you go. You don't have to go far to find something, quite breathtaking.
And you studied at Suffolk College, yeah? I think that's where I met you.
Yeah,
So,
yes, I did.
so yeah. So, but ever considered moving anywhere else, or just?
Maybe in the long term to the States, but that's way, 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 way in the future when all this is cleared up. I've got to be able to fly there first.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think as far as England goes, I'd want to live anywhere else, to be fair. I've been other towns, other cities, bigger cities, and nah, I like Suffolk.
Yeah.
It's a bit countrified, but you know,
That's
that's not
possibly a good
necessarily
thing.
bad.
And do you see a more of a sense of community now that this lockdown has happened? I mean, I know it's a
Yeah,
lot.
a lot more.
It's
Yeah,
strange,
a
isn't
lot
it?
more people sort of helping each other. You see it, especially on Facebook. You see people posting, you know, oh, if I can do anything for you, you know, just do this, you know, just call me. I'm doing this to help out with such and such. And the sense of people coming together over it has been quite heartwarming. Obviously, there's still people that are skeptical and just a little bit ignorant and want to just do their own thing and carry on regardless, even if people are dying from, you know, what was going on. But
Yeah, you do get that everywhere as well. And I think it's worldwide. It's in a way, even though we're distancing, it has brought us together as people, and that's really good to see. And one of the reasons I'm doing these interviews about the lockdown is to see the positive sides of things. Have you seen anything else, sort of either through the internet or people you know, any positive stories or anything else other than work related that you've gotten out of this?
yeah, people who are sort of haven't, you know, much like you and me, you know, who haven't spoken in years, reaching out, contacting each other, saying, "How are you doing?" You know, really reconnecting, and it's yeah, some burnt bridges are starting to be rebuilt, and from a personal aspect, I won't dive into it too much. I'll sit here and waffle all day, but yeah, from a personal aspect, I've seen bridges that were burnt being rebuilt, and yeah, I think that's definitely a positive thing that's come from it. People are more concerned, and they think, you know, this is a hell of a thing going on, and the what do you want to call them, the conflicts of the past, they just don't matter anymore. You know, what's important is staying alive and, you know, enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, making people value life, value what we've got, what we had. Hopefully, get back to the way it was, but also hopefully we'll come out as people better. I think, and
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, I hope
I
so.
mean, definitely in your line of work, I think a lot of people didn't appreciate what you're doing, or just didn't think about it. Not so much didn't appreciate it, but just like, oh, they're just doing their job. And it sounds like you sort of thought that a bit yourself as well, you know. And
Yeah, in the beginning, I just thought, like I say, I just thought I was doing a job, but now it's like, yeah, I'm helping people, and I honestly don't think I'd want to do anything else. I wouldn't want to be shut in at the moment. You know, if I had the choice of carrying on doing this, yeah, I'm doing 16-hour days some days, but I'm helping, you know, making sure those people are taken care of. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
yeah, that's just really good. Just you see, you're working most days, are you? You're doing a lot of hours anyway. You told me because it was we had
7 days a week, yeah.
so,
4 or 5 days I'm doing 16 hours, so I'm pulling like 70 odd hours a week most of the time, you know,
yeah,
probably bordering 80, but
yeah. So
yeah, I
that's
enjoy it. I
so,
wouldn't stop doing it if I
so,
could, you know.
so, I mean, I appreciate you taking the time to spend with us here. Just have you noticed people acting differently when you're out? I mean, you probably just see people out when you're in your car, or is it?
Yeah.
Do you notice?
Ever since the whole thing kicked off, I mean, I was actually flying back from the States when Trump called the flight ban. So I was all geared up. I originally just had the face masks with the vent in the front, sort of thing. You know, the fairly good ones, but uh, since upgraded to this thing and wearing the PPE out in public just to, you know, be on the safe side. You see a lot of people were very what's the word to use? They ridiculed you a lot. You know, you could see people sort of giving you sort of like looks like, oh my god, someone's taking it a bit too far, and it's like, yeah, but you know, some people don't sort of stop and think. Some people work with people who have tested positive, and I have worked with people who were positive, and some have recovered, unfortunately, some haven't. And yeah, they don't sort of get that because we work in that environment. We have to take care that we don't pass it out into the public as well. You know, by me not wearing a mask out, standing in the queue to get into Tesco's, say, you know, other chain stores exist.
Yeah,
Just want to get that one in there.
it's Tesco anyway, so you said it wrong. Um, but the moment then of you know, sometimes people you do get mocked for doing something, you know, something was good or to protect yourself. It's like I've been to rock festivals and put sun cream on and been mocked for that, you know. So I think you've just got to. It might be the way I put it on, I suppose, but you know, I think I'd rather see someone be over cautious than not at all. you know.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, even the people that sort of haven't got the PPE available and are wearing the scarves around their face, it's like, yeah, you still appreciate that, you know,
Yeah,
because it may not be as effective as, say, that big clunky thing there, but yeah, it's still stopping some of it, you know. It's still
yeah,
an effort. It's still a step towards, you know, preventing any further spread, which that's got to be a good thing.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And just anything else you'd like to add? Any other observations? We've just covered most things. Oh,
No, I think we've covered most bases, really. I mean, yeah, people have been coming together a lot more, which is cool. You know, I don't think enough has been done as far as, you know, locking down and ensuring everyone is. I think countries other than us have taken steps way, way better. But no, I think we've come together as people quite nicely. And I think if we keep it up and try and at least be sensible with it, then yeah, I think we could get through this and come out of it as better people in
excellent.
general, really.
I'm the same. I'm already seeing it, and you know, at every bad situation, usually you can get something good out of it or learn from it,
Yeah,
and
you'd like to think so.
that's definitely happening. Thanks a lot for your time. Anything else
Sure.
you've seen the page? Do send any more pictures or anything else over, and I'll
Yeah,
gladly
will do.
gladly
Will do.
post them. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.